Good evening, everyone. So today I'm actually gonna give you our English chess guide, a complete basics tutorial. So this is me, play chess better, and this is my friend. Hello. So we both are gonna give you the nice chess guide given by Play Chess Better. So let's jump right in. What are you waiting for? Chess is a game played by two players, and it is played on a 64 square board. Every board has 32 dark squares and 32 white squares. That's it. I guess we can start now. And you might be wondering, to play chess there are two teams. This is the black side and this is the white side. To play chess, you need to know how to move your pieces. So that's what I'm going to teach you, right? I'm going to start from the value of the piece order. Value of piece order. I'll from the pawn to the king. Okay, so let's start. First things first, we're gonna start with the pawn.
In the home rank of the pawn can move two spaces. But if it comes in the middle, it will of course move only one space.
So, a pawn can only move forward one square after it has reached the home rank, as my friend said. So, how does a pawn capture, you might ask? A pawn captures diagonally one square. Might be wondering, what is capturing? Capturing is removing one piece from the board in chess. Once of a kind, the opponent's piece from the board. As in all said and said, all the pawns start at the second rank for white, second rank since it is horizontal, and the seventh rank
For the black ones.
for the black ones. So there are two special moves for the pawns. So this is the first thing. When a pawn reaches the end square, it can under promotion. What is under promotion? This pawn right here, if it reaches the end rank, which means the place where your opponent's piece is there at the starting, it can change into a queen, rook, bishop, or a knight. I'm repeating this again. When a pawn goes into its home rank, the end rank, the home rank of their opponent, it can under promote into a queen, rook, knight, and a bishop. And there's also one more move which my friend will explain right now. So let me just give him the opportunity. Yeah, so 1 minute, let me just set it for him. So suppose this pawn is right here. Let's remove these two pawns right here. Okay. So suppose if this black pawn right here moved to c4 and this white pawn moved not to d3, not to d3, to d4. Black has a special move known as
En passant.
hello. Hey, why is it not working? This is so weird.
Sorry for the inconvenience.
This is sorry for the inconvenience.
But we'll teach you what it is.
So this is en passant. Why is it not happening? Okay, I think there is some problem.
Minor inconvenience.
Yeah, there's some problem with chess.com right now. I'm gonna try to fix it later. But as it is, what my friend was trying to say is, so black pawn reaches here, and I just pushed my white pawn 2 squares. This is a special move known as
En passant.
en passant. How do you even play en passant, Mr. Friend?
Show me. When a pawn moves a square next to the other pawn, it captures the pawn as it also moves diagonally.
As if the pawn moved only one square. Now there are many theories as why this rule is there in chess, but the one theory I believe in was before the pawns used to actually move only one square, not 2 squares legally. So I guess that might be the reason. So like even if they move one square, they can be captured by the pawn. So I guess that was the reason. Like If the pawn moves 2 squares as well, you can take it and then get the spawn of the board.
Yep.
I guess that might be the reason. I don't know the real reason though. So the next piece in order is
The
knight. So these are the squares which a knight can be on. White knight squares.
And these are the squares where the black knight is on. Okay. So what the knight does, okay, sorry. So what the knight does, it actually moves in an L shape. So it actually moves in an L shape, and it also crosses any piece.
Not crossing, it means jumping. Knight can jump over any piece.
Yes. Can you show like an example, like how can it jump?
Yeah, I will make sense. How does a knight jump? He told that he can jump, he can move in an L shape, but what type of L's it can move in and what type of jumps it can do? Well, it can jump over any piece mostly in this way.
Let's say
In its way of movement. So might as well. So the knight was like this, 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 like I know this is so complicated for now, but you'll get to understand this.
just you can understand it.
You can just try to understand it. Okay?
Yeah. So you want to see how it jumps?
Yeah, I guess it might as well be good.
Can you just put a black pawn in there, in somewhere in this range?
Right here. And then a bishop in range. So wait, I forgot to teach them something else. Before you teach them, you have to teach how the knight jumps, how the knight moves. So a knight, how does it move in L shape? So first the knight has to move 2 squares forward. This is the first step of L. 2 squares forward or 2 squares backward and 1 space left or right. Like this, 1 space left or right. Like
And you can also do it in sides also.
You can also do it in another way, which I'm going to teach. There are 2 ways you can do this actually. This is conventional. So the conventional method. 1 square forward, 2 squares left or 2 squares right. Same thing, but in the opposite way. 1 square backward, 2 squares left, 2 squares black. 2 squares right. Right. Okay, I misspelled that.
Okay, now sure. Put a like.
Now
enemy
let's
pawn.
see. Yeah, he was mentioning about the knight jumping. What does it mean? What do you mean by jumps? Tell me the original knight's route. No, one minute. Tell me the original knight's route here.
So,
Now does it
okay.
move like this, like
And
this.
So wait.
And there's a piece blocking each way.
And for normal every piece except the knight can will be crossed by any piece, but the knight is special. Click on the knight and it crosses the piece and it kills the piece
Without needing to move the other piece which is blocking it. Yeah, what my friend said was absolutely correct. So one time again reminding you, these are the knight's home squares. And these are the pawn's home squares.
We're kind of getting into them.
This is where the only pieces we learned so far are here. Next piece.
Can we go?
Bishopy boys. Bishops.
The bishops.
Yeah. How does the bishop move?
You see there are like we take 2 bishops instead of 1 because the bishops only move in their corresponding home squares. So if a bishop is on a black square, it only can move in the black square coordination. But if the bishop is on a white square, it can only move in the white square coordination. And also the bishop is the only piece that can also move diagonally.
Yeah, this is one of the only pieces which can move diagonally. So these are the home squares for the bishops, as you might be wondering. So yeah, there's also one more thing about bishops. When you lose a specific kind of a bishop, there's no other bishop which can move on the squares. These are necessary for many games if you want to play at the top level, as my level.
Can you show like a example? Like
Yeah, sure, like an
let's just
example.
say like a black bishop got killed, and then an enemy pawn is on the just put like a black. Let's say a
See, The reason that you don't want to lose two bishops is the fact that if you lose one bishop, suppose the white pawn caught it, like the white pawn like caught it. So the reason is that yeah, I had to just mute for a minute. Mommy. Luckily we did not have to lose our progress.
Yes. Go
Yeah,
on.
I'm calling mom.
Yeah, I'm calling you.
Yeah, you're cooked. You're happily and nicely cooked. Be happy about it.
Don't do anything.
Yes, you can't do anything because you're dumb. Next. Yep, that's it. Okay, guys, back to talking about bishops. As I was saying, when a black bishop was taken, like if you would have seen that, what would happen is that this bishop right here, like square one, cannot capture these pawns.
Because they are in the black square, not in the white
So
square.
that is the reason why having both of the bishops is crucial.
Very
Solid.
crucial.
Very crucial. These guys have nothing special inside of them.
And they're sometimes also snipers.
Yeah.
Because they can snipe.
They're considered kind of snipers in the opening, since they can move here and here in the opening and
Just make a test, like just make a pawn. Just put a pawn.
yeah, just put a pawn here.
Look, a pawn is just
Sitting there.
Sitting
Now,
there.
how far will this bishop take, or this knight will take in its home squares? Who do you think will reach faster?
It's of course the bishop.
Yeah, because the bishop is a sniper. The bishop will only take two moves.
It's like one of the snipers.
Yeah,
There's
there's-
two more.
There are two snipers. This is one of these snipers. Let's see how long will it take for the knight to reach it.
You see, you know why? Because the knight only moves in L's, which takes a lot of complicated time and takes a lot of moves, which wastes your time. Why? But if
And this is also the home squares for the bishop, home squares for the knight, home squares for all the pawns. I'm gonna replicate this on the black side as well.
okay, we're almost getting there to a full board.
Yeah, we are like 30% progress. Most likely yes. See, the videos are fast, you know.
Yeah.
So now the piece, the rook. How does the rook move? The rook moves in straight lines. This is the thing you must remember. Straight lines, there are only two types of straight lines you guys must be knowing. Horizontally and vertically.
If you know maths.
If you know math, okay, for a reason that's kind of correct. Okay, leave that alone. Leave that part alone.
Okay, just
And every army has two rooks. And rooks can move to any color or square. Exactly, like any color or square.
but only in straight line, not diagonal.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And these are the home squares for the white rook.
These are the home squares for the white rooks. This is what you're talking about. Yeah, we talked that the bishops are also snipers.
And
The rooks are also one of the best snipers.
like they're also like kind of some kind of.
Good old sniper. Good old sniper.
It will take some time for the bishops to go there, and sometimes the rooks. So the rooks.
But then the rooks are the masters of, like, the best pieces for the end games. The end games is mean the ending of the game.
And also killing, also capturing a lot of pieces.
I mean, both of them
In
are
a
famous.
capturing spree, if you want,
If you want, you can get the rook. Rook is not better.
and some,
Rook is good, but there's another piece which is way better than it. You can
Which
go
we'll
pawn
talk
hunting with it, which we're gonna talk about later.
okay, actually, I have one thing. Since the bishops are also sniping, and the rooks are also sniping, then what about? Like, I think maybe only for one rook you can easily win, but when you have a bishop, you cannot easily win. Basically,
I mean, of course, rook has more value than a bishop, which is a good question you just asked. It's just some of the questions which moves out. He is also new. By the way, good for everyone to know. Okay.
hey bro, I also do chess. Okay.
Yeah, you know chess. I know that. At least you're a noober than me.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, whatever. I'm not underestimating him. Yes, good question you asked. If rooks are the only pieces in the endgame, or are bishops better at completing endgames? Well, to say about it,
Kind of.
both pieces are good.
But then you
But generally, in open endgames where files are open, rooks are generally good. But if the all files are closed and only diagonals are open, which can bishops can snipe on,
then
the
like
bishops are generally better.
technically, if you're saying in the closed opening,
No,
then
no, no, not
bishops are
closed, not closed.
like everything
Like open diagonals, and you can see.
Then you could technically say that it's
They're
a
better.
sniper. It's like a better
So
sniper.
these are the home ranks for the rooks, the bishops, the knights, the pawns. I was trying to replicate this
Wow.
on the black.
So good actually. Okay, this is everything what you need.
Well, mostly everything that you need right now. There's two more pieces we need to discuss about.
Which are very important. You should listen.
We should very important. You must listen to these as well. So the next highest piece, the
Okay.
queen.
The queen. Okay.
The queen is the most powerful piece on the board, which we talked about. The queen has the combined power of a rook. Sorry, a rook and a bishop. A bishop can move diagonally. No, sorry. A bishop can move diagonally. A rook can move horizontally and vertically. Well, the queen combines all of that. The queen can move horizontally, vertically, and diagonally,
In endgame.
which makes it the most powerful piece on the board. This is the best piece to play with in the middle games, especially when you're attacking the king, which I'm going to show that.
And I've also got one thing. If you keep this in the end game, you can easily destroy your opponent with this. And it's also considered
The best-
a better sniper.
The best piece of chess for pawn hunting. Yeah, look at that. You can just go
You
pawn
can
hunting.
safely go and kill the pawns without getting
Cook, yeah.
captured.
See, you might be wondering how much time will it take for the rooks? Here is what I'm going to show you right here. The rook also will start on the same square. The queen only took 3 moves. The rook will only take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The queen took 4.
More. And the queen will take one move less than that. Because it's diagonal.
Diagonal capabilities. Now the bishop. I will include both of the bishops for this one.
Because they both are special pieces.
They both need each other or else they can't capture all of these pawns. So the bishop,
Okay.
if it wants to safely capture the pawn, you can just do 1, 2, 3.
So-
But in real chess games, the thing is, the
Only
bishop-
one bishop will be there in 90% chance.
no, not like that. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, sorry.
That's not what I'm saying here.
Okay, fine. Sorry.
The thing I'm saying is the bishop can't really capture this pawn because the other pawn will capture it. What it has to do is to first it has to capture this pawn. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So then you can safely capture it. So it takes 6 pieces just to
6 moves.
6 moves just so that the bishop can move, and then the queen can do like 3.
And this is the home square. Yeah, 3. Yeah. No, 4. The queen can be on the square. The color respected to its own army colors. Rooks place. Knights placement. Bishop's placement. Pawn's placement.
Now it's actually gonna be completed.
This is the final piece. And this piece is the most important thing in the game.
And-
This decides your fate.
I mean, this
This piece
is the only thing that is the
that
only
decides,
your fate.
your fate. If you're gonna
That's
win
the
or lose.
main objective of the game of chess. Is
To
that
checkmate the piece.
is to just
Checkmate the king.
the king is kind of weak. Nobody knows about its power. Like each of them actually has a point value. Like Srivatsu. I mean, this guy, play chess better will tell you. But the king, we do not know. Some people say it has 0 point value, or
Or some people say that it has infinite point value. Yes. So the king, how does it move? The king moves in a donut shape. You might be wondering, I know. I'm talking about donuts here. I'm not hungry in a reason for that.
But it does, technically does move in a donut shape if you think about it.
The king can move all directions except for a knight move. One square each, like pyum 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 pyum.
Technically, if you think about it,
The king is the weakest piece, but is the easiest to defend. And you might be wondering how. Because the king actually has one special move.
what?
I'm talking about the move that most beginners. Even I also did not know until I got to
What?
be. I also did not get to know until I watched YouTube. It's for some reason it's so weird. So this is the home square for the king, the queen, the rooks.
So this is a whole chess setup.
Chess setup. So this is how you set it. So when you set up all of these, you will have only these two squares remaining. How to place the queen and the king? You have to place your queen on the same color square as the color of your army. Black queen always goes on a black square. Black king always goes on a white square.
Yeah. Look at that bar.
I can't see it. Okay. I'm talking about one special move and we actually need to set up the board for this. I'm actually going to play some random moves here.
Okay, so what the king?
Okay. Kind of misclicked. Okay, hello.
Okay. Okay.
So, this is the special move. I mean, one
No,
more
I
move.
think it's in.
One more move, yeah, one more move.
No, it's kind of in a checkmate type thing. Look at the bishop. The bishop is kind of doing the checkmate thingy.
Yeah.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, okay. So, whatever. Wait, what happened to the king? Hello? What happened to the king?
Bro disappeared.
Okay, whatever. So, the king can actually move like this.
It's
Yeah.
called a castle.
It's called castling. This is.
You know, there's a common misconception. Most people will say that the king should be staying on the home square. That means
Or the king can also like pseudo castle, like castle manually. Okay, finally, nothing. So something happened to this.
most people most chess experts will tell you to just manually castle.
Manually castle since they consider it's not fair, but I consider it's very fair. You save your king and develop your rook for once. You know, like
For
that.
once.
Yeah, for once.
That's also a good way.
Yeah, good way to like just defend your king, make your king happy, happy, happy.
No memes allowed in this place. No. It's
No.
chess.
Happy, just be happy.
Play chess better. You're the goat.
Okay, I'm not the god of whole like
Chess.
whole world,
Because
but
quote better people like.
Let
We'll
me-
teach you chess history later. So
the history of chess. Stay tuned, yeah. So this is the home setup. So yeah, I guess that's all you need to learn for today.
there are popular chess websites like chess.com and
Leeches. I would suggest you to use Leeches because it's a free website where you can play puzzles and improve yourself.
in-
And whenever you get better, now at that point you can consider getting a chess.com subscription.
because and if you go for a chess.com subscription,
Then you cannot get interest in it.
so you know like in chess.com there are
Three different types.
bots. So in the bots you can train yourself basically, but there will be
But you have limited access to the bots. I know in Leeches, bots are hard to find, but it's a free website. The thing is, I mostly love Leeches since it's puzzles, shared analysis known as study.
and it also gives you nice competitions.
Yeah, it also gives you a
And it's-
competition.
and like-
I know the rating system is very different. I know that. But until you become better, Leeches is the best site.
Yeah, it's just for beginners and for more people like chess.com, you can get this chess.com subscription.
Yeah.
And then you can destroy everyone in chess.
I know, right? So yeah, I guess try to play chess better than me. That's the motto.
Play chess
Better! Signing off. Play chess better. I'm my friend.